I'm attorney Nancy Green, the CEO of Corporate Shield. So how many of you went into business to be drowned in paperwork? Yeah, that's what I thought. Literally nobody. So let's be honest. How much do you pay yourself to do the administrivia in your business? The reality is $1 is too much. Doing paperwork, tracking compliance deadlines, it's not a good use of our time. So we rush around and do it in the last minute, or we abdicate it, or we miss those deadlines. Details get lost, and we end up paying late fees that we don't need to. And while that's a pain in our personal life, when we do it with our business, it's devastating, because it could cost us more than just a little bit of money. It could cost us thousands. In fact, it could cost us everything. And it was a problem I was seeing coming up more and more often in the matters that were coming to my law firm. An air conditioning contractor had an employee who was supposed to be monitoring their HVAC license to make sure it stayed current. She didn't. Came time when they needed to sue a large client on a very big invoice. The client didn't pay because that license had expired. The client won the lawsuit. For not spending pennies on the dollar, the business owner literally lost $1 million between that unpaid invoice and the attorney's fees to chase the bad debt. Did you hear that? Did you get the moral of the story? Little mistakes cost a lot. Another client forgot that he had signed personal guarantees when he went into business 20 years ago. And because he had forgotten that paperwork was out there, when things were really good for his business, he didn't go back to his vendors and say, you know, I've been paying you great for 10 years, release me from this obligation. So when it came time to file that business for a bankruptcy, guess who had all the paperwork? Yeah, his creditors. And guess what? Ultimately, they took his multi-million-dollar house. Losing that paperwork cost him everything. And not keeping up with compliance paperwork can also cost you opportunities. A staffing company won a huge government contract. Yay! Except they needed a loan, like right now, to pay those workers until the government started paying them. The problem came when the bank asked for documents that they didn't have or couldn't find. They had to subcontract that work at a number that really ate into profit. Profit they expected to carry the business for the next 5 or 10 years. And worse, because they didn't have the cash in hand, as new opportunities came in, they had to say no. Those lost opportunity costs were incalculable. And all of those losses could have been avoided. And I realized there was a formula to help business owners protect their businesses and their assets. And I created Corporate Shield to make compliance easy. At Corporate Shield, we're gonna help you get around to that pesky paperwork. In fact, we're gonna do it with you. We're gonna save you time and money, and we're gonna stop the disruption and devastation that happens to your business when details slip. If you're the person who's at the post office at a minute to midnight on the extension date for your tax returns, or you're too busy and overwhelmed to get to that paperwork, or you don't know what compliance paperwork you actually need, Corporate Shield is for you. We're Corporate Shield. And as that famous movie says, help me help you. Check paperwork off your to-do list. Sign up for Corporate Shield and make compliance easy.